NewStart. Salute y'all. Keep on pushing. I'm with you.
Veronica Parks.
Preliminary hearing, investigators say Nevels was shot 4 times in the chest and once in the arm. Police also reviewed surveillance video from the high school.
It was January the 29th of 2016, and it was at White Creek High School at the basketball game. And my son, he had just got to the game, walked in maybe 5 minutes, came in, took my grandson to the bathroom, and never came back in. And it was like a setup type of deal, you know, with his girlfriend and the guys or whatever.
Did they ever lock him up? They ever find out who did it?
Yes, they knew exactly who did it. We gave them all the information before we ever got to the hospital.
So how old was your son?
My son was 23.
How many times he was shot?
5.
Damn.
4 times in the chest and once in the arm. And I believe kind of that the arm was probably like, you know, like a defense, you know, trying to, you know how people do.
So, damn. So he died at the game?
He didn't die at the game. He died at the hospital. He
got
got shot 5 times at the game. Well, outside, you know, outside the game. Right outside the front door.
Wow.
And the guys, they were arrested, but they're out on bond, except one of them, they revoked his bond because he was out making rap tapes about the murder. And then the girl, she's gone on with her life, pregnant now, you know, like it wasn't nothing. I forgave them for doing it because I didn't want them to be the reason for me not to get to heaven. You know, so I forgive them, and I believe that God will deal with them, and I don't have to worry about it. You can't just like be so depressed that you can't function, because at the end of the day, you still have other kids that need to eat. You still have to pay your mortgage. Life goes on. So I use his death not as a hindrance, you know what I'm saying? I still have to maintain my life and take care of his brothers and sisters.
No justice, no peace. Strong words tonight from the Nashville chapter of the NAACP regarding the police shooting death of Jacques Clemens.
When the officer has probable cause to stop them, I don't think that suspects and people who are going to get tickets or whatever the case may be should have that right to dictate to the police, and that the agency allows the suspects to dictate that.
No justice, no peace.
The NAACP hosted a news conference today to raise concerns about the handling of the police shooting of Jacques Clemens. Clemens was shot and killed by Metro Police Officer Joss Lippert during an altercation following a traffic stop 2 months ago in East Nashville. Police say Clemens had a gun. Clemens' mother says the officer was wrong.
On February 10th, 2017, approximately about 12:53, I was at work, and his girlfriend Tamika had called, and she was screaming in the phone, and I was like, "What are you saying?" And she was like, "Jacques been shot. The police shot Jacques." And I'm like, "Do what?" I called Mark to come pick me up, and as we're driving down Murfreesboro Road, I told him, I said, "My baby's gone." And he was like...
You felt it?
Yeah, I felt it.
So at that time, you already knew how many times he was shot?
No, I had no clue.
It was just a feeling.
How many times he had been shot? Nothing. And when we arrived at Vanderbilt, my niece's husband, Josh was there, and he was telling me, he said, "Go his mama right there." So, you know, they rushing me in there, they just standing around. And I'm like, "Y'all need to just go and tell me what I already know." And they still was just standing around like, "Well, he's in surgery." I'm like, "Nah, my baby's gone." My daughter, Anita, she comes in now, and she was like, "Y'all need to go and tell my mama that her son is gone. It's all over the news and stuff." And they was like, "No, it's not." She said, "I know it is all over the news." When the detective came in, you know, I asked him, I said, "I want to see my son." And he told me that I couldn't see him. And I'm like, "Why can't I see him?" And he was like, "Well, I have orders not to let you in there." "Why not?" He says, "Because it would have been tampering with evidence. What evidence? He's dead. There is no evidence. And he was like, ma'am, I'm just telling you that I got the order for you not to see him. I'm like, I will never get past that, because the first time I seen my son, he was dressed and in his casket at the funeral home that Friday before his services. That was the first time I set eyes on him. So,
How many times he was shot?
They say 3
In the back.
in the back. But the TBI report said he had 5 ballistic wounds. And I'm like, why did they lie and say he got shot 3 times if he got shot 5 times? You know. And I had called my attorney, and she was like, I think 2 of them might have been exit wounds.
In and out.
Yeah. And, you know, as I'm watching these videos of him being shot, and if people pay close attention, when Jacquees was on the ground between the cars, Lippert shot him again. He was already down.
Your son got murdered too, right?
Yes, I'm one of the members of Moms of a Murder. I lost my son 6 years ago, Reginald Collier. I lost him on July the 10th, 2011. And that's when all my worst nightmares really started. You know, I miss him. I miss him. And ever since his death, it's like I've heard some say today that they haven't got to grieve. I haven't really gotten to grieve because I've been trying to keep my grandchildren strong, because they lost not only an uncle, they lost a big brother, a confidant. I mean, he was their pillar. He was the one that kept me strong. You know, but losing him taught me some things that he was telling me as he was growing up about myself, the way I need to, you know, when you're kind-hearted, you get taken advantage of. But the whole year or so before he got killed, all I used to hear him say was, "Ma, pull yourself off the back burner. You got to start thinking about you." You know, and at the same time, he was in school for his GED, I was in school for mine. He actually had gotten his GED a month and a day before he got killed. He graduated from the YMCA youth program with his GED. He had signed up to go to Denmark College, wanted to take up engineering. He had plans to build me a house. Something he know I always wanted, built from the ground. He done already drew the blueprint and everything of the house that he wanted to build for me. But losing him turned my world totally around, but it also gave me strength, because everything that I had planned to do, I've been going for it, and I'm not going to stop, because that was our goals, and that's what he keep telling me. "Ma, keep doing what we set to do. You plan to do it, don't stop doing it. Don't let my absence stop you." And I will not stop, because I plan to do it, and that's what I'm going to do. It's killing me doing it, but I'm going to die doing it, die trying. I miss you, baby. That was my last baby of 5 children. He was his dad's only child. And, you know, the world just have to become a better place with the way we are. I'm not racist, far from, but white men are not keeping us down, black people. We are keeping ourselves down. I haven't slept good in 6 years. I've been in the hospital every year since he's been gone. You know, I put on a big front, but all at the same time it's tearing me down in the inside. And it's not good because I have 4 other children, 12 grandchildren, 1 great-grandbaby I want to live to see accomplish their goals. Stop.
I had a son that got killed 2015, June the 19th. He had...
When did he get killed?
June the 19th, 2015.
Alright, okay.
And the time that I had looked what's on the internet and Facebook rather, and I seen Stacy was doing this thing, so.
He got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what happened? Do you remember?
Yeah, I could tell you what they said, what happened, because I was locked up the time he got killed. They said he got out of jail June the 19th. He was going to look for his girlfriend, and said when he went to the girlfriend's mama house, him and the mama had got into it, and then they said one of the cousins had came out, and they got to fighting, and the other friend had, came behind his friend and shot him in the stomach 8 times.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Who shot him? His friend?
His friend. Mm-hmm.
So how you been dealing with that since this happened?
Frustrated. Me as a person, what I used to do, first thing came to my mind, it was revenge. Then I had to think about it, I have 4 more other kids, so it didn't want to do me no good as being locked up. And they out here, so, well, dealing with it.
So you're a part of the Moms Over Murder program?
Yes.
How has it helped you since you've been dealing with it?
It helped me a whole lot. I ain't incarcerated.
So you like...
dealing with it, this, like when I just be going through that, I can call one of them and talk to them about it. Or it helped a whole lot. I just wanted to say to the mothers out there that done lost a child, just pray about it. Because at the end, I know you're angry, but they still got to answer to God at the end of the day.